Hey everyone, just got back from watching Amazing Spider-Man, went to the midnight show. If any less is expected of me, then obviously you don't notice the shirt I'm wearing. Anyway, getting to the point here. Amazing Spider-Man. Well, what can I say? I'm not the fucking Rolling Stone, so yes, I can't get satisfaction, and I was very fucking satisfied by this movie. Not perfect? No fucking movie's ever perfect. No, not perfect. But, hell, I went into this thinking, this looks like the Spider-Man movie I always wanted. I fucking got the Spider-Man movie I always wanted. This is what I wanted back in fucking 2002 when Sam Raimi was doing this shit. Okay, it's if you were one of those people who was getting like a little bothered or annoyed with the more cartoony aspects, that's just Sam Raimi's style. You don't hate it. It's just that you're thinking this shouldn't be in Spider-Man. Guess what? That fucking shit's not here. All right. I mean, I love those first three Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. Yes, I even like 3. I'm one of those people, but you know, fuck you. But you know what? They weren't right. They were just full of flaws. You know, it's not. It's part of it's the cartoony thing. That's in there, obviously. But you know, there's so many things that bug me about it, and all those things are completely absent from this movie. Okay, it's great. This is fucking fantastic. Okay, all right. Get into specifics, I suppose, about why this movie is good. Because let's be honest, I try to pretend I'm a critic every once in a while. Why should I stop now? Well, let me put it to you. For starters, let's get one thing out of the way. Tobey Maguire, you were great. I love you. Andrew Garfield has taken your spot. Fuck you. You're gone. Okay, you did a good job. I liked your Peter Parker. You made me happy for your run. But now Andrew Garfield's here. You can go now. He's here. He pretty much Heath Ledgered your ass. All right, and just join Jack Nicholson in the corner over there. All right, because we are good with Andrew Garfield. He played a wonderfully spaztastic Peter Parker, a guy who's way into science, and this is what I definitely love about the screenwriting. It's not like the other movies where it's more like implied he really likes science. No, here you actually see him do science and solve a problem in the end in the Spider-Man I have a scientist brain kind of a fashion. It's great. Sorry, I'm still excited about this. I'm sure you haven't noticed because I'm so calm and everything, but fuck yeah. Oh god, I love this movie. Oh yes, Justin. You don't know who. For those who don't know who that is, I'm not going to tell you for the sake of people's privacy. But yes, Justin, I know you don't like it as much. Well, guess what? I do. Okay, as a lifelong Spider-Man fan who's just been obsessed with Spider-Man, this is a wonderful movie. And I got off topic about Andrew Garfield, didn't I? Sorry about that. Yeah, Andrew Garfield, wonderful, spaztastic. I say that because it's like everything about him. It's not just lines. It's not just, oh, this bad, unfortunate thing happens. No, it's just the watching him is the joy. Because he's constantly, like, moving, or it's like he's always full of energy, but he's trying to get it out. And it's this wonderful thing where he's just always nervous. And it's like, he'll shake his head when most people are like, he's like, and it sounds like it sounds weird and childish, but that's kind of what it is. This guy is just incredibly awkward around people. He's this incredibly lonely nerd, and it's great because it's done in a believable fashion. It's not like back in the 60s when Steve Ditko was doing it, and you got the guy who's always going to school in a 2-piece suit with a tie for some reason, or wearing a vest, which, I swear to God, even in the fucking 60s that shit wasn't going on. But here we get a Peter Parker. He wears contact lenses, and when he's not wearing his glasses. In fact, when you first see him, he's wearing contact lenses. He's like not necessarily avoiding people, but he's not making really too much of an effort to get to know them either. And it's fantastic. Gwen, finally we got the right love interest. We got Gwen Stacy. All right, I'm not saying we shouldn't go to Mary Jane at some point for obvious reasons, but Gwen Stacy was Peter Parker's first love, and to me it's just very important you start with her. Ask any other Spider-Man fan; they can tell you why. I'm not going to, because I'm worried I'll probably want to spoil something in a future movie. Because it's an odd little flaw here in this film. I'm not going to deny this. It's a weird flaw. Most people wouldn't even call it a flaw if they were in my shoes. But it's even arguable, even by my standards, whether that's a flaw. But it's just, this movie was exactly what I expected it to be. I mean, I literally called the plot points early on, back when I was watching the trailers, and pretty much most of those plot points, all those plot points actually that I came up with on my own based on the trailers actually happened. That's not a horrible thing. I like to think I'm a good storyteller, not that you can tell with me doing reviews, and it's not like I put my writing up there or anything, but yeah, I like to consider myself a decent storyteller, and that means you did get a good story. It's just, I love it when I go to a movie and it's something like The Dark Knight. I had an expectation for The Dark Knight 2, but it surpassed those expectations, and I would love to have Amazing Spider-Man 2 have surpassed my expectations. But that being said, what I came up with versus my expectations were low after Spider-Man 3. I mean, fucking Spider-Man 3. I enjoyed Spider-Man 3, but it was also a major disappointment to me, because I'm like, after Spider-Man 2, this is what you give us? And I would say arguably Spider-Man 2, yeah, still better than this. But then again, Spider-Man 2 doesn't have the handicap this one's got, which is that it's establishing a lot of things. And that's what this movie is. It is setup. It is lots of setup. But you know what? It's good setup. I'm okay with this setup. I'm okay with them getting the bullshit out of the way this way. I'm okay with the Lizard being the villain. It's good that he doesn't have like a major thinking villain, because you know what? This is the movie about a guy learning to be a hero, learning to be the man he's going to be. It's actually in a way a small character story more than anything, much like how the first Superman movie was about a guy learning to be Superman. This is about a guy learning to be Spider-Man, And it's great because he's flawed like Spider-Man. He's a little petty, he can be a bit of a jerk at times, and even when he is being the good person that he is, he still makes a ton of mistakes. He's still screwing up. It's great. Oh yeah, and oh yeah, he gets his ass kicked quite a bit, just like the real Spider-Man did. Warms the cockles. Sometimes Spidey just needs a good ass whooping, and he got it. Got it. Oh, yeah, going on past that. And he makes lots of quips. That's good. That's good. The rest of the cast, I've already praised Andrew Garfield. Emma Stone did a fantastic job as Gwen Stacy. Dennis Leary was more perfectly cast than I thought he was. I don't know if they arranged this so this was more the Dennis Leary type of character, or if he just saw where he just looked at the script and said, oh, okay, I can see where I can do this, put my own thing into it. But yeah, they hired Dennis Leary to do what he did here, and he was great. He was believable. Martin Sheen as is it Martin? Yeah, Martin Sheen. Martin Sheen as Uncle Ben. I loved his Uncle Ben. My biggest complaint probably about this movie, believe it or not, is that we didn't get enough Uncle Ben and Aunt May. This is a huge part. But God, Martin Sheen did so much with his part, and you know what? We're gonna get more Aunt May in the future. I'm good with that. We're definitely going to get more Aunt May. And Susan Sarandon was a good not Susan Sarandon. Sally Field. Sally Field was a good Aunt May. But Martin Sheen took what little of the screen time he had and really took advantage of it. I felt like I was looking at a real guy. I could believe he was my uncle or my father figure or something like that. He was awesome. He was good. I love that. God, and that new guy, Rice Evon or something like that, who played the Lizard. Yeah, I liked him. Probably that and the other flaw, music-wise. This music is not bad. It just feels like it belongs to another movie, or music that does belong in this movie doesn't belong in certain parts. Like, there are moments that should be quiet, or if you're gonna play music, this music should be somber, and we're getting this weird sort of like heroic music. The kind of thing you expect more for like Superman than anything. And and there's no real theme song that's gonna stick in your head for Spidey. I mean, the Avengers theme song did a better job of it than this. Hey, this guy's flaws. The movie's perfect, okay? And I'm trying to be a good critic here. I'm gonna let you know that there are flaws here, and you know what? Guess what? It's nitpicking. This is nitpicking. Okay? Nitpicking doesn't fucking count, okay? Especially when the movie's good. I can nitpick Casablanca. I really could. But you know what? It's my all-time favorite film. So, fuck that. Fuck the nitpicking, okay? You want good action scenes? You got it. You want good special effects? You got it. The little lizard is a little CGI-y. You want a good story? You got it. You want good drama, character development? You got it. What you don't get is a good credit sequence. The credit sequence is by far the most disappointing of any post or mid-credit sequence of any Marvel movie so far. I'm not going to deny that. And incredibly unnecessary, because if you're just paying attention to the movie, the movie already hints at what your mid-credit sequence hints at. So, completely unnecessary. Sorry guys, you fail there, but that's okay. 2014, before this movie even came out, about 1, maybe 2 months before this movie came out, we got confirmation they're going to do the sequel. It's going to be out in 2014, so they get another chance. So, give it the old college try, guys. I have faith in you. Who knew? All you have to do is hire a guy whose last name is Webb, and you get a really awesome Spider-Man movie. Mark Webb, fantastic job. You and me, we're cool. All right, you're a webhead. I'm proud of you. You did me right. You did me good. All right, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. It's a great movie. I highly recommend it if you're a Spider-Man fan. Worst case scenario, you got something to hold you over till The Dark Knight Rises comes out. Because let's be honest, every movie between Avengers and Dark Knight Rises is just a holdover for The Dark Knight Rises, as far as I'm concerned. I'm guessing you're the same way. But as far as holdovers go, this exceeds something beyond just a holdover. This makes me, even if you don't like the movie, I'm hoping you watch it and you think, yeah, this wasn't so great. But I see where this is going to make the next one awesome. Because if this is how he's doing this one, imagine what it's like when he doesn't have to rehash the origin or have to, or show Peter Parker making the costume and all that other stuff. This gets me really excited. It's like reading a really good issue of a comic book with that wonderful ending that makes me want to watch more. And oh god, I mean, ooh, this is good. This is good. Hollywood, you did good. Learn from this, especially you, Warner Brothers, who owns DC. Learn from this movie. As it's very clear that people doing this learn from your Batman franchise that you're doing right now with Christopher Nolan. Okay? I mean, this is not Batman. Yes, this is definitely darker, definitely more realistic. But you know what? It's fun. You have a lot of fun watching this movie, which is... God, I have nothing else to say. See this film. I highly recommend it. I look forward to the sequel. Thank you, and good night.